Hi, in this lesson you will learn what is React framework and what is the key features React has which make them so popular. Let's start. React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. And when I say user interface, I mean any application you open in an iPhone or when you open a web page and click something. Yeah. React was created by Facebook to make it easier to build complex applications which are dynamic and interactive. When I mean dynamic interactive, I say application like this, where you can search, you can choose open date picker, choose some dates, do some another changes in your interface. Before React, managing updates and changes in web pages was really complicated and slow. But when you use React, it makes this process much easier and faster. This is what you need to know about React. It was created to simplify developers' life by easy creating complex application and speed up process and of course the performance of the pages. Let's talk now about the React key features. The JSX, one-way data flow, virtual DOM, component-based architecture. We will talk about it in this lesson. Let's start with JSX. It's a syntax extension for JavaScript that looks like HTML. Can you imagine you can write your HTML code and put the variables inside of it to dynamically show or hide some information? JSX allows you to write HTML code in JavaScript files. It's really simplifies the process of creating interactive web pages, make it more cleaner and readable. Now let's talk what is a DOM. DOM is a document object model. It's needed to organize and access elements on a web page. It's a JavaScript object that contains all the elements you have in your HTML, like paragraphs, link, images, list, and other elements. On the left picture, you see HTML code. You see body, paragraph. Inside of the paragraph, you see href. It's a link. And on the right side, you see the DOM is a tree structure, which exactly the same you have in a HTML, but in another representation. You also have the body element. It contains the children's like paragraph, div, and list. And you see the paragraph also contains a link inside of it. So it's just a tree representation which contains all elements you have. So DOM allows you to use JavaScript to find, add, update, and delete elements without reloading the page, because it's really important when you choose date on your website when you book a hotel. You don't want your website will be reloaded and you will wait 3 or 5 seconds. You want it to happen immediately and you click another control. And DOM allows you to do it. But it can be slow when you have a lot of changes at the same time. This is one of the disadvantages of DOM. And now we're gonna talk with you about virtual DOM, a bit of improvement of the DOM. The virtual DOM is a lightweight copy of the real DOM. And why it's needed? It helps update the web page faster, because it groups changes together and reduces some extra work. Let's talk about it. On the left side, you see the virtual DOM, and on the right, you see DOM. And all changes in React you do first apply to the virtual DOM, and then virtual DOM groups them together and apply it to DOM to reduce some extra work. So imagine you change the paragraph on your web page, and then you change some list item, and then you change another list item. Like we have 3 changes at one time. And what DOM do? DOM groups these actions together. It compares the virtual DOM and the real DOM and try to find a difference. And when you find a difference, it updates only changed elements in the real DOM, as you see here. Now let's talk about the component-based architecture. It's a way of building interface, breaking them on small pieces of code, which called component, such as a button or form or another element on your page. Imagine you have a web page, and component-based architecture really make it easier to build complex applications. That's because it's made up from the small pieces of code which we call components which helps keep code organized and reusable. You see, we have here some blocks. Imagine it's a component. And this is a menu component, banner component, and product component. And we have like small pieces of code, these components. And then we just put them into the page and can reuse and combine together. And it simplifies the building of applications. And each component can have its own state and behavior. Let's now talk about what is the one-way data flow. It's really important. It means that data goes only in one direction, from parent to children components, as you see on the icon, or like here. It's needed to keep the data flow process simple and easy to manage. Like you see the parent component, imagine it's a web page, it has some data and you need to share it to the children component, like menu or some, product card. And you share data from the web page to these components. But all components can work with this data. Can they change it? So the child components cannot change the data directly. They must request these changes from the parent through the events. Like when the children component like menu want to change any information the parent shared with him, he do a request, send an event, change this information, please. And it helps us to have like one source of truth data in a parent component. This is all I want to share with you in this lesson. Now you know what is React, why it's needed, and what is the main feature of the React. The virtual DOM, how it helps to apply changes faster, how the JSX help to manage the different information dynamically, how the component-based architecture helps us organize much easier the piece of code in your application, and how the one-way data flow allows us much easier control the sharing data between the components. So see you in the next lesson. Hi, I really hope you enjoyed and just want to say that your thoughts are very important to me. I would love to hear what do you think about this course. If you have a moment, please share your feedback and experience by leaving a review. In case of any questions, don't hesitate to reach me out in a direct message, and see you in the next lesson.